Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Skippy and Fred, and what we're going to be demonstrating is Skippy's ability to do all of his formal obedience commands. We're going to take a moment to introduce the training equipment. Fred has a standard 6-foot web training leash that he's going to keep the bulk of that leash in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. And the correction that we use at school is just a little tug and let go on his training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Now Skippy is sitting very nicely at Fred's left side, which is where all of our obedience training begins. The first exercise that we're going to demonstrate is heeling. Heeling is proper walking on a leash, and the command is Skippy, heel. Heeling is walking by your side, not going out in front of you, not lagging behind, not going off to the left or the right. As you're walking, if Skippy goes out in front of you, for any reason, the first thing that you want to do is just tell him no, and followed by a tug and let go correction on his training collar, and then tell him to heel again. Now we've incorporated into the heel is an automatic sit, so where every time you stop, the first thing that Skippy will do is sit nicely on your left hand side. Now, for being such a young man that he is, he's done very well with training here. Fred walks back with him, stops, and he goes back to his sit position. Now the second command that we're going to demonstrate is the stay command. The stay command is a hand and a voice command, so where you use your left hand about 1 inch or so from Skippy's muzzle, and then one word firm command to stay. If you tell Skippy to stay, and if he goes to move, the first thing that you want to do is just go back to him, have him sit, and then tell him to stay again. Now Fred walks all the way out to the end of the training leash, and then he walks all the way around Skippy, which gives him that added distraction. Now, for him being a young man that he is, you want to start out, Skippy doing his, sit stage, from about 1 minute, and then, keep working up, the longer amount of time with him. Comes back, Fred's going to leave Skippy in another stay. And now this time, Skippy just went to go to lay down, so all he did, Fred went back to him, told him to heel, stopped, he was back in a sit, and he told him to stay again. So now this time, rather than walking around Skippy, Fred's going to call him. And the command is Skippy, come. You always want to praise him up. Skippy comes right in and then sits right in front of you.
Okay.
Fred leaves Skippy in another sit stay, walks away, and then this command is with your right hand. You want to put your hand straight out and in. Skippy, come, praise him up. He comes in wagging his tail. Fred doesn't praise him until he comes in and does what he's supposed to do. He comes in and sits. Fred shows him that that's what he wants, and he praises him up. Okay. Good job, buddy. He's done a very good job at school here. He's just walking around like, it's just another day. Good job, bud. Now, our next command that we're going to demonstrate is the down command, and the down command is a hand and a voice command as well, and it's going to be your left hand straight down towards the ground, and the one word firm command to down. And again, if you go to tell him down, and if he goes to move, the first thing that you want to tell him, is no. Go back to him, have him in a sit, put him back down again, and then tell him to stay. It's very important to have Skippy finish the command as it was taught. So now when Fred goes back to him, he's going to walk all the way around him, which gives him that added distraction, which helps him, to focus on you more. Fred comes back, keeps him motivated, heels around with him. Good job. Fred's going to put him in another down stay. Now Skippy was anticipating that command there too, so it's always good to mix up the commands too, to where once you stop, don't always just put them right in the down. Stop, put them in a stay, and then walk around, and then go back to them, and then put them in a down, or something to where if you do the same routine over and over, then he tries to outthink you, and think that he's the one out here doing it. Fred's gonna call Skippy. He praises him up. Good boy, bud. Good boy. Fred heels him around. Then he's back to the heel position. Now Fred's going to heel Skippy around. Now our last command that we're going to demonstrate is the down from a distance. Now, when you do it down from the distance, once you stop, Skippy will be sitting. You're going to want to tell him to stay. Walk out. Skippy went to lay down. So all Fred did was just walk around with him. And he's going to just bring him back to a sit. That's all. Stay. You know, Fred's going to tell him to stay again.
Stay.
And then he's going to walk out to the end of his leash. And then with his right hand, it's a one-word firm command to down. Very good. Fred goes back to Skippy, and Skippy does not get up until you tell him to. And that's very important. Good boy, Skip. Alright, well those are all of the obedience commands that we've demonstrated here today. And well, we can't wait for you guys to come and pick up Skippy tomorrow. And thank you again. Have a good day.